Views and opinions expressed on this program or the products endorsed on this program are not necessarily those of KTLB Radio.
Good morning, Oklahoma City, and welcome to the Clara Luper Show. In a moment, your host, Sister Clara Luper.
Come on, Jesus. Come on, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a happy good morning to you, wherever you are. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and I'm so happy today to be back in the studio. For the past weeks, first I was at the Oklahoma State Fair, and I would like to start by thanking all of you that supported us during the state fair. You came out. You bought Miss Merlin's gumbo, Miss Merlin's beans and rice, Miss Merlin's new dish, shrimp on a stick. You bought to CP's catfish, Calvin Luper's fries. Yes, you enjoyed Clara Luper's lemonade. You did it. You made the 2002 fair the most successful state fair of our 11-year career. And how can I say thank you to my friends in Yukon? You invited us to share the Czechoslovakia, not a Czech festival with you. You open your arms and your hearts to us. And I would like to start my radio program today by just saying thanks to all of you. Today's program is being brought to you by Gates Barber Shop, located at 2609 North Martin Luther King in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. If you need a haircut and you want to look good, go to Gates, where you have master barbers waiting to serve you. You don't need an appointment. All you need to do is to go to Gates Barbershop, and they will take care of your head and make that head of hair look good from all directions. Hometown is open at 2001 Northeast 23rd Street, and they have some special sales today. That's Hometown, 2001 Northeast 23rd Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Marilyn, April, Calvin, and the entire Allstate Insurance family at 730 North Britton Road invite you to come out and enjoy the pleasure of your own insurance agents. That Marilyn says she would like for you to bring your papers out. Let's compare. 730 North Britton Road. That telephone number is 843-0811. Chauncey Shadina, 1643 Northeast 50th Street in Oklahoma City. That telephone number is 424-4656. That's Chauncey Shadina's 1643 Northeast 50th Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Yes, today I would like to tell you about the plumber's plumber. That's Coma Herc Plumbing Company. The telephone number is 771-4875. He will fix your plumbing with a smile and at the price that you can afford. You may also call him at 558-4040. Now, let me tell you, if you're looking for a plumber, you don't have to look anymore. Just pick up that telephone and call 771-4875 or 558-4040. Something's new in Oklahoma City. I had the opportunity to go to Willie's Barbecue. Have you ever heard of Willie's Barbecue? If you haven't, I want to tell you that Willie Lawrence can barbecue just like Shakespeare wrote poetry. Willie Lawrence can barbecue so that you just want to eat the bones, and you really don't need any teeth to eat Willie Lawrence's Barbecue. I want you to go by there. He's at 3815 North Kelly, and he has a sign, Willie's Barbecue, and just tell him that Clara Luper told you about it. Today is a very special day. And this past week has been a very special week. Oklahoma City had never seen nothing like the memorial service of Reverend Harold C. Davis. That services were held Thursday at 11 o'clock at the Allen Chapel AME Church. No one has seen anything like it because they came from all over this country. They came. The parking lots were filled, the streets were filled, and when I arrived about 30 minutes still, I had to park about 3 blocks away. Someone had lived. And the person that had lived was Reverend Harold C. Davis, an Oklahoma Cityan by birth, a minister, a graduate of Douglas High School, 1961, and his class was there. Harold Davis, who attended public schools in Oklahoma City, graduating from Douglas High School, 1961. And I repeat that because that class was there. And they spoke of their classmates. Harold Davis, who attended the University of Central Oklahoma, the University of Arkansas, Johnson's Memorial Bible Institute, and was currently enrolled at the Oklahoma Christian College and Seminary, like in 6 hours of completing his Master's of Divinity degree. Yes, Harold Davis lived well. It's not every day that people will take off from their jobs as they did to say goodbye to a fellow worker. The Masonic Lodge, the Greater Western Consistory, the Scottish Rite Masons. Yes, Harold Davis lived well. They came from all directions, and the music on Jordan's stormy banks I stand. Taking part in the ceremony was Reverend Hudson Jr., Reverend Stuckey, and Miss Magdalene Flowers sang Bright Side. And did she sing it? The resolutions, and there were so many of them, the bishop said we're only going to read 3 or 4 by Mrs. Hurst. And Gloria Hall sang, It Is Well. The eulogy was delivered by the Right Reverend Bishop Allen Chappelle, Sr., who's a bishop of the 12th Episcopal District. And he did it so well. There were some words that was left for all of us from Harold Davis, and these were the words, I'll be seeing you. I'm at rest now, so don't cry. It will be easier as time goes by. I've done my best to live a good life, shunning all evil, malice, and strife. For I knew if I did, I would be with God. So the path of righteousness I did trod. As my body lies here, it is only a shell. God has called me home, and my job I've done well. Know that I'm happy and at peace forever. I have no more worries, pain, or fears, because I'm with God, so dry your tears. I love you all, and remember, this is what I wish of you. Put God first in your life. Love each other. Be strong, and abide in the peace as you were taught to do. Keep the trust and faith in Jesus, and I'll be seeing you. We extend our sympathy to his devoted wife, Mrs. Davis, his 2 sons, Michael and Kevin Davis, and to the entire family. Clara Luper reporting. Stanley Griffin's funeral will be held today at 11 o'clock at the New Zion Baptist Church here in Oklahoma City. And let me repeat that, Stanley Griffin's funeral will be held today at 11 o'clock at the New Zion Baptist Church. That's on, 30th and Kellett in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Well, today is a very special day, and I'm going to dedicate this program to the first 5 recipients of the Clara Luper Scholarship. The first 5 recipients of the Clara Luper Scholarship. They are Charla Deneen Watkins, a graduate of Midwest City High School, a student at Langston University, Tiffany Ed, a graduate of a high school in Tulsa, Oklahoma, a student at Oklahoma State University. Bryant Brandon, a graduate of Star Spencer High School, a student at the University of Central Oklahoma and Rose State College. Keontae Miles, a graduate of John Marshall High School and a student at Langston University. Candace Mack, a graduate of Putnam City High School and a student at Langston University. So there you have the Big Five, and we will be talking about them all through this program. I would like to really tell you about the Clara Luper Scholarship. It's so much to tell. The story has not even been touched because it's a story of advancement. It's a story that will shape history for years to come. The story of Clara Luper's scholarship. Yes, this is a big story, and we are certainly going to tell you all about this story. Today's program is a very special program dedicated to the Big Five. The Big Five. The Big Five winners of the Clara Luper Scholarship. Yes, you say all the time that Clara Luper brags, and you're right. I came from a bragging family. I came from a bragging community. I came from a bragging town. And those of us from Hoffman, Oklahoma and Grayson, Oklahoma, we always have something to brag about. And I do hope that those of you from Gary, Oklahoma, those of you from Clearview, those of you, I hope you will have something to brag about. But Calvin, I'm talking about the Clara Luper Scholarship, and I'm dedicating this program to the first 5 recipients of the Clara Luper Scholarship.
Mom, you should be bragging. You have all the reasons in the world to be bragging. But I have a right to brag because, once again, I'm live and in living color out here in the beautiful KTLV studios. Have you noticed the changes that they've made since we were last out here before the fair? We got flowers, we got lights. Place is clean, it smells good. all
It
of
always
this,
smells good.
well, it always does, but I'm trying to rub it in with I'm leading up to the Charles Southern report, but I'll get to that a little later on. But then we were just joking with each other out front. But, Mom, you have a right to brag. You've come a long way personally. You come from the backwoods of Hoffman and
It's not the backwoods.
side woods of Grayson. You know, way down there deep in the country where y'all haven't changed stop signs in 60 years.
We didn't need to.
Didn't need to. But then now I look at you, and I've looked at you recently when you were being inducted into the Hall of Fame here in Oklahoma for the, what was that last award? Where you
I'm not going to tell you, Calvin.
Okay, well, I'll tell you. But then I looked at you being inducted into that. I've looked at you over the years. I looked at you out in Yukon, Oklahoma. I looked at you at the State Fair of Oklahoma. You've come a long way, but along with your coming a long way, you've brought a lot of us a long way. And I'm looking forward to discussing more and telling you more and, about how the effect you've had not only on the scholarship recipients, but on those thousands of other young people out there. But, Mom, we have a caller on the line.
Okay, well,
And
we
we'll
just
do that,
tell
but
them
then
to
the
hold for a
question,
minute.
we're gonna tell them no,
You
because
just
you know
just
I'm
tell them to
nosy.
hold
See
for a
now,
minute.
now
Okay.
you're gonna get me in trouble again
Okay,
because you know
you
I'm
can't
nosy.
be in
Now
trouble.
who is Clara Luper? And
Clara Luper, who is
That's my
Clara
first
Luper?
question.
I'm happy you asked me that.
And I'm
I'm a
asking
black
because I want to
woman,
know.
born of America, born of her dreams and her aspirations. That's who
Okay.
I am.
Okay, I know that part, but who is the real Clara Luper?
The real Clara Luper was
The-
born of America, born of her dreams and her aspirations. I went to school in Hoffman, Oklahoma. I went to school and graduated in the top of my class, in the top 5 at Grayson, Oklahoma. However, there were only 5 in my class, and we were all proud. And it's interesting, we are all still alive. And that's been many years ago.
But,
But
Mom, you
Calvin,
still-
I dreamed.
Okay,
I
tell me.
dreamed in Hoffman, Oklahoma. And I love to go back there and look at the sand where we had plenty of nothing, but how much we appreciated and how we dreamed. Probably the saddest day, one of the saddest days of my life, was when I saw my mother move into a servant quarters in Okmulgee. in order to send my sister and I to college. Maybe I dreamed of receiving a scholarship, and I never shall forget. I felt that I should get a scholarship. It was a $50 scholarship, and I was all ready to walk up on the stage and get my scholarship, only to find out that I did not receive a scholarship. My friend, Annabelle White, to receive that scholarship. And I wanted so much to go to college. I wanted to get an education. I wanted to be in a position where I could help other people. And today I'm dedicating my program to the five
Mom, you
recipients
still haven't answered my
of the
question.
scholarship.
Now, that is Clara Luper of the past. Now, who is Clara Luper? Who is the 2002 Clara Luper?
I have not changed. I do not want to change. I will always be the same person that played hopscotch, that played and dreamed of a better day. But a better day has come, not only for me, but for many others. For the first five, and I shall always refer to them as the first five of the scholarship. And this scholarship is being given by Mr. E.K. Gaylord II and his friends. And what I like about this scholarship is the fact that it will be given every year. For example, the ones that receive the scholarship this year, next year they will receive it, and the next year until they graduate. And one of the recipients is going on to medical school, and that means that he will have it for 8 years.
Well,
Not only that, but
okay.
Calvin,
Yes,
the
Mom.
Mr. E.K. Gaylord II told me, and he looked in my eyes and said, Clara Luper, when you die, this scholarship will continue. And do you know, I'm going to be dead for a long, long time. And I know I'll be happy being dead, knowing that students will be going to school under the auspices of Clara Luper's scholarship.
Okay, Mom, you want to take that call
Yeah, I'm
now?
ready for that
You
call.
ready for the call? Because I have another question that I have to ask you.
Okay, you can ask me.
It's a question not only about the scholarship, but about Clara Luper. But let's take this call.
Okay, hello? Hello?
And hello to you out in Radio Land. I want to say good morning to each of you and wish you a beautiful, beautiful day and hope that you will prepare to go to church on Sunday. But Mrs. Luper, I couldn't help but call in and congratulate you for your efforts and your support to award securing the scholarship for the five persons that we presented the scholarships to on the other day. And I'm just more than grateful to Mr. E.K. Gaylord II for helping to provide students who were so much in need to help provide for students who really needed. And they were of color. And I know that they are more than appreciative because as I look over their lives and look at their schedules, they were really deserving. And I want to thank Mr. E.K. Gaylord II for coming in and recognizing and giving such wonderful, wonderful scholarships, such elegant scholarships to these students. Because when we were at Russell's and they were receiving their scholarships, their awards at Russell's, I told them, I said, I know that you're happy because I went to school for 4 years and I don't think I received as much money in 4 years. I even made as much money in 4 years as they were receiving in 1 year to go to college. So this is tremendous. And I know that they out there know that I am Lady Ruth Hunter, a person who has been with you through the years. I don't know how many radio stations we have gone from one to the other, but we are still sticking together, and we are still here.
I am
grateful for that.
Lynn, I'm really proud because at the last minute we called the NACP youth advisors and some of the workers that have worked with me. I know that Calvin Luper was there, Nancy Davis, Fidel Sheffield, C.P. Wilson, Leola Ford, Leota Hanna, Lady Ruth Hunter, Marie Weekly, Billy Robinson. I know that Marilyn Hildreth was there along with Mrs. Ed from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and her husband. And we were first we met up the Freedom Center, and in our old tradition, we had a word of prayer led by one of our distinguished leaders. Then we went down to the Black Chronicle's office, beautiful office. We had the opportunity to go into Mr. Russell Perry's office, and we were so proud. My kids rejoiced because Mr. Russell Perry had bought 11, I think I'm correct now, radio station. They were so proud. And Mr. Perry, who is the treasurer of the Clara Luper Scholarship Fund, was just so gracious, and his staff. And he was just as excited because, he was really excited. And then he gave us the opportunity to be on radio for an hour talking about this scholarship. And this was just wonderful. The only one of its kind in America.
And we, too, again, we salute Mr. E.K. Gaylord II.
And
And I know those students will always remember and cherish him and be grateful and thankful to him.
Let's talk about the scholarships. I had in my hand $20,000. Did you see it?
Well, sure, I just rubbed my hand on it so I could say that, boy, I've at least had my hand on this much money.
And each student received $4,000 cash. And someone said, why didn't you send it directly to the school? I gave it to the students, and the students bought books, and it was quite an experience. But the most exciting part about it, when they say Clara Luper's dead, the scholarship will continue. I am so excited about it. Thank you, Letty.
And thank you so very, very much. And I want to congratulate you also, because I don't think I have said this publicly, on all of your accomplishments that you have gained this year, because I was there to see you receive your awards, and I feel that they really were deserving, and I want to thank you so very, very much.
Well, I want to thank you.
And congratulate you, more than thank you, congratulate you for receiving the awards that you have received.
Okay, we
And
better tell the students that we will not meet today. Next Saturday will be our meeting. According to the grant that we have to meet 2 Saturdays. They will be there Monday. They will meet Monday at 6 o'clock. Well, Calvin, we got it out. We told them. But afterwards, we all went to lunch down to Willie's Barbecue. That was really something. Yes, Calvin?
Yes, Mom. I want to welcome a new member to our staff here. Young man named Jesse just popped in. He's going to be working while Charles and the Charles Southern report. I wanted to give you a little report on that, but I'm going to make sure Charles is in the car, and he's speaking somewhere this morning, and he's spreading the message and spreading the good things that happen here at KTLV.
Okay.
This is a growing station. This is a growing community. Part of that growth has been my dynamic mother. Mom, we know who the Clara Luper, but now I'd like to know, why would you work to give a scholarship to students?
Calvin, now you know that your mother...
I mean, I have an idea, but I want to know why.
You know that your mother was not able to give that kind of scholarship. You know that. But God has a way of opening doors to you. And a lot of times, and most of my experience has been from people that you never would have thought that Mr. E.K. Gaylord would have walked into Freedom Center and offered this opportunity for us. Because I have many friends who won't come near Freedom Center, who has never been into Freedom Center, who shows no interest in Freedom Center. For example, out to the state fair, I had a deacon that he can talk in church. But when he saw me out to the fair, he just waved and went on by. But I'm not saying that I wanted this deacon to buy some lemonade from me, Clara Luper's lemonade or anything. But I wanted this deacon to come up and say, Miss Luper, how you doing? Well, I guess he was waiting till Sunday morning so he could come in and hug me and tell me how much he loved me. Well, I don't need that kind of love. Calvin.
With the why with the scholarship, there are a lot of things that you could have discussed.
Because I've
Mr.
done my
Gaylord.
best. I haven't asked Mr. Gaylord to give me a scholarship. I haven't asked Mr. Gaylord for help. But I have asked you out in radio land for help for my children. And many of you have turned me down, and you've gone to the other side. And I would like to especially thank 2 of my sorority sisters. 2 of them. And one is just so sweet. I don't care what we are selling. If we are selling peanut butter sandwiches at Freedom Center, you can look up and you can see Betty Noakes.
You can.
Yes. 2 sorority sisters.
Okay,
Betty
you're talking
Noakes,
about that sorority, Zeta Phi.
Yes,
Zeta Phi
yes,
Beta. That's it.
yes. Calvin, I would like to just go over some of the letters that I have received from the Oklahoma County Commissioner's Office. I have a letter congratulating me on a scholarship from Jack W. Carnett. From the local Oklahoma Bank, I have a letter here from our own ex-governor Nye. Congratulations, and what a nice letter. I have a letter here from Erica Nigo, and let's see, I've
You
enjoyed
had some
it.
letters there from the New York City area, too.
Yes, I've
From
gotten
Brooklyn,
letters.
William Harris.
Yes, I've been congratulated, and I really would like to express my appreciation to all of you that have taken
Mom, okay, you
schedule
got
out.
the congratulations.
I want all my flowers.
you
Not
got
only
all
that,
your
I got
flowers.
roses. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to be out at what's this, 3707, 3707, and I don't tell you because you might be jealous. I spoke to some young people out there, and they presented me with some beautiful flowers. My house is just full of flowers, and thank you all so much, because I want all my flowers while I live. And if you're going to do anything for me, please don't wait until I die and come up with your resolution, because I'm going to do the bishop on you. Bishop say we aren't going to read all these resolutions because it's too many. And I want you to resolve to do something not only for me, but for those that
Well,
need it.
the question is still in my mind as to why the scholarship. Now, you could have...
Now, you have to ask Mr. Gaylord, and I'm tired of people calling me, asking me why. Call Mr. E.K. Gaylord, Mr. Russell Perry, and Mr. E.K.
Russell
Gaylord.
Perry, wait a minute now. How did... Okay,
Mr. E.K. Gaylord is the
now.
president. I am the vice president, and Russell Perry
Russell
is the
Perry.
treasurer. Yes.
Oh, Mom. Now, Russell Perry, E.K. Gaylord, and you have gotten together, and there's a scholarship. Now, Russell
have gotten
Perry...
together. We haven't gotten together.
I mean, for
Mr.
the-
E.K. Gaylord had the desire. Mr. Gaylord came to Freedom Center, saw what we were doing. He also knows what has happened to the young people that have gone through our department, whether we are talking about NACP, Freedom Center, Miss Black Oklahoma, AXO in the program, and was impressed with it and wanted to do something about it. And Mr. Russell Perry is part of that committee. Now, you know, I appreciate Mr. Perry, and people always ask me, why do you always talk about Mr. Russell Perry? It's simple. Mr. Russell Perry has hired over now about 200 people working for him, and I can't hire one. Why wouldn't I be proud of it? And those of you that are talking, you can't hire any either, so you ought to be saying just like me, congratulations.
Well, Mom, when the scholarships were announced there at Russell Perry's office, the young people and the people that were there, they were quite impressed with Russell Perry's office and how
Well, they
fantastic
should be,
it is.
because Russell Perry is one. How many people you know that own 11 radio stations? How
I know
many
one.
people you know?
I know one.
And, yeah.
The
it's
only one I know.
But Calvin, the first 5 recipients,
First 5.
the first 5, and I have here in the radio station.
Well, Mom,
a
before
young
you
man.
introduce him, we're getting close to that part of time on the clock. Well, we want to remind our audience that they are listening to KTLV. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show. It is live. It is in beautiful living color out here in a beautiful blue room with beautiful flowers outside in the lobby with a new man on the board working with us. Jesse, thanks and welcome. But also that at Chauncey Shardina's Daycare Center, you can get the very best in daycare for your young people. At Gates Barbershop, you can get the very best in haircuts and beauty repair, beauty presentations at Gates Barbershop, 2609 North Martin Luther King. And also, Herc Hamilton the plumber. We'll give you his phone number and all that in a minute, but we want to remind you that these are the advertisers, along with the Clara Luper Radio Show, along with Maryland Hildred, Allstate Insurance, 730 West Britain Road, where these people have gotten together to make sure that this program is possible for you. What I forgot to tell you early on in the show was to sit back, relax, and call that neighbor and invite them to be a part of this, the Clara Luper Radio Show, live and in beautiful living color.
Okay, I have a call on the line. Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Luper.
Hello, and who is
That sounds
this?
familiar.
This is your longtime friend from Samuel Cornelius.
I know.
Oh, where is now, Samuel Cornelius? Are you in Washington, D.C.?
I'm in Washington, D.C.
Oh, Sam, thank you.
The great news of your recent honor bestowed upon you has come to our attention back here.
Really?
And that's right. We're fully aware of the new scholarship program named after you. And I just thought I'd call to congratulate you and let you know that how much we certainly enjoy knowing that you're still on the battlefront. Still fighting for what's right.
Well, Samuel Cornelius, you have been so much a part of our lives. You served as an advisor to the NACP Youth Council, and every time we go to a national convention, you always associate with us.
That's right. I haven't forgot Oklahoma City.
You
I
served, when you
see a
were
lot of your elected officials back here quite a bit.
when you were in Oklahoma City, you were over what program?
Well, I was deputy director of the YMCA there. It was old Northeast 4th Street Y.
Well, you would know it now. Samuel, you know, one thing about this scholarship that I would like for you to tell your people in Washington, D.C., and check on it for me. This scholarship will be given after my death, and I'm going to be dead a long, long time. Do you know anybody else in the United States that has that kind of scholarship?
Uh-huh. Well, the Gaylord establishment should say certain section of our country grows, but also all of our country grows. That's the only way we're going to be strong. And as you know, we're under attack back here by a sniper, and we've had many things to happen to us. Planes into the Pentagon, the anthrax problem we had, and now we've got a sniper. So here on the East Coast, we have to be vigilant about what's going on constantly around us and our surroundings. But I want you to know that I think that based on what has happened in the past and up to today, that certainly the people in Oklahoma City should call their representatives and write them, because I think you should be given a meritorious award back here by either the President or the Congress of the United States. And I think it should start right there in Oklahoma City.
Well, I'm sure.
And the state of Oklahoma, and I'll do what I can to talk with Senator Inhofe and Senator Don Nichols and the rest of your representatives back here.
Well, I'm so happy to hear from you, and I'm really proud of you. Now, the people in Oklahoma want to know what happened to your children. Tell us about them.
Well, my oldest girl, Regina, who is a picture in your book, standing at the rope line demonstrating, is now in Chesapeake, Virginia, and she is working for the State Welfare Department and will be leaving soon to go working as an accountant with the Coast Guard. Jean, the other one whose picture appears in your book, is now at Troy State University in Alabama getting her master's degree. And following that, she's going to get her doctorate. Michael, who I just left not too long ago, is in Phoenix, Arizona. As you remember, he finished Arizona State University. And he is the head of technology for the 12 community colleges. You know, he went into banking originally. And he was so good at technology, they asked him to leave the finance department and come to the 12 community colleges. And he will soon, as he told me recently, he will soon be combining the 12 colleges together so that they can talk to each other by computer. And Leslie, the youngest, was here on Capitol Hill, as you remember, with the Motion Picture Association. But she now is in Chicago and at a big salary in downtown residence in Chicago, and she is one of the special events coordinators for Fox Network. So that's what they're doing.
Well, what are you doing now?
I am still lobbying, and I have a part owner in a warehouse in Baltimore. And my spare time is done by chairing the board of directors of the United Black Fund. We're one of the largest fundraising health welfare organizations in America. And that's what I do, my volunteer effort.
Mr. Cornelius, Brother Sam Cornelius, Coach
Yes, sir.
Sam Cornelius. My question is this: thank you for the work that you did here in Oklahoma City, and I'm proud to say that I'm a recipient of some of your very sharp words and of your great coaching ability, because you coached me right out of basketball.
I see.
But then the question that I have that I know that our audience would like to know is, what is a lobbyist? I mean, what kind of lobbying do you do?
Well,
Just to
I
kind of
represent the world's largest freight forwarders, Panalpina. We probably have a warehouse down there in Oklahoma City or Tulsa, one of the two places. And what we do is manage freight around the world. And that gets into whatever is being shipped. We did do some work for the federal government in managing all of its, I call them population control devices all over the world. And that's what we do. And I also lobby with the Alliance for American Innovation, which is the inventors. And I think we've got one down there in Oklahoma. It's in our organization. So that's what I do.
Well, thank you so very kindly, and be careful. I know that you're going to find that sniper.
Oh, yes, we have 3 outstanding black police chiefs, one in Prince George's County, one in Maryland, and, of course, Chief
Okay, you
Ramsey
have
in
3.
the
Let's take
district.
them. Okay, let's
And
name
with
them.
those 3, we think we'll solve the problem.
Okay, name the 3 black police chiefs you have.
Well, as you know, in Montgomery County, we have Chief Charles Moose,
Yes.
who came in from Portland, Oregon, I understand, and he's the guy that you see on television practically every day. And he runs the Montgomery County Police Department, which is where all of this sniping originally occurred. And then in Prince George's County, we have George Wilson, who is the chief of police here in the county, and he's doing an outstanding job. And then in the district, we have probably one of the best police chiefs in the country, from what I hear and from what I read, Charles Ramsey, who came to us from Chicago. He was almost the chief of police in Chicago, and we tell him all the time we're happy he didn't accept anything there and came to us in Washington. He probably is the only police chief in America that had to watch over and police 5 demonstrations going on at the same time in one day. Now, that's very unusual.
It's very unusual, but I would like to thank you for calling us today, and I know the people in Oklahoma are very
Well, I just want to urge people in Oklahoma to get busy and write their letters and contact their congressmen and senators.
Well, thank you so very
It's a
kindly.
thrill. It's a thrill to hear you, Dr. Sam
And
Cornelius.
we are
Brother
praying for
Sam.
your safety, and don't be going out and getting any gasoline.
Well, we're being vigilant just like they tell us to do.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you so
Look
very
forward to
kindly.
seeing you again. Thanks for calling.
Thank you very much.
All
Okay,
righty.
bye-bye.
Mhm.
Oh, Calvin,
Come on,
look,
Mama,
news
that's
in
something.
Washington got that scholarship. And
You
you
go,
know,
Mama.
nowhere in the United States is anybody giving a scholarship that will continue even when you die.
But
And
you know, one thing
I'm going to
about
be dead a
Sam-
long, long, long time.
You know, one thing about Sam Cornelius, I can call him Uncle, Coach, or whatever, but he's been consistent in his fight for freedom.
He's
And
always been
he's
with
been there.
us.
He's been at the YMCA, the different boards he served on here in Oklahoma City when he moved.
He's a devout Republican.
He's right. He's one of the first black Republicans. Well, he is the first black Republican that I met, but he's consistent in his beliefs. But one thing he believes is that you must be prepared, you must be strong, and you must stand up for what you believe in. And I appreciate the time that I know those of us who can remember Sam Cornelius here in Oklahoma City will always remember him down at the YMCA here, Mr. Gatewood, and the strong programs that they had there for the youth of our community. And then for him to call and congratulate you on this, a special day when you are congratulating the first 5, the fabulous, not the fabulous 5, but just the first 5. So
Okay.
good things happen, and who knows who will call
Okay,
next.
we're going to have the community, we'll have an opportunity to express their views, but we have in the audience,
In the audience,
yes, in this radio
in the
audience,
radio audience,
at the radio station,
at the radio
one of
station.
the big five recipients of the Clara Luper Scholarship. Will you tell us your name, please?
My name is Brandon Bryant.
Brendan Bryant, where are you from?
I'm from Choctaw, Oklahoma.
Okay, where did you go to high school?
I went to Southeast High School and then I transferred to Star Spencer High School my junior year.
What did you do at Southeast High School?
When I was at Southeast High School, I was pretty much just a student that did real good. Then, but at Star Spencer, I started to play sports, and by the time I graduated, I ended up being valedictorian and trap captain, drum captain,
Just a minute, don't take me so fast. When you graduated from Star Spencer, you were what?
track captain, drum captain, and I became the valedictorian.
Now, after you graduated from, during that time, you worked with the NACP, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
In what capacity?
Well, I was the Oklahoma City vice president, and then later I became the Oklahoma state president.
You were the vice president, and then you became the state president
State president of the youth
of
division.
the youth division of NACP.
Okay.
And then you went to college. Tell me about it.
It's originally it went to OSU, and my major was electrical engineering, but I had to come home because my grandmother was sick, and I was up there stressing and worrying about her a lot, and so I came home and I started taking classes at Rose to part time to like keep up in school.
At Rose, what is Rose now?
Rose State College.
Okay.
Yes, I was it was like my sophomore year, still doing my basics and everything. And so now I attend the University of Central Oklahoma, and my major is computer science instead of electrical engineering because I found out that I like computers more, and now I design web pages, I write programs. I pretty much can do anything with a computer. I build computers.
Just a minute, now take me. Oh, now you're telling me that you can build computers?
Yes, ma'am. As a matter of fact, I'm building one for me and my aunt right now. I build probably about 2 or 3 computers a month for people.
Okay, and you know how to do what? The websites?
Yes, I know how to design web pages, write customized programs, stuff like that.
All right, now, you were one of the recipients of the Clara Luper Scholarship. How did you feel when I notified you that you were one of the winners?
Well, it really surprised me because this year I was really just gonna pretty much work and then go back to school in the spring. But now you've given me an opportunity to go to school now, and I'm like so grateful, and I thank you very much for that. And I want to thank Mr. Gaylord and Mr. Perry and everybody else that made this scholarship possible.
Okay, now I know that your mother was one of my distinguished students, and you were raised by whom?
I was raised by her mother, my grandmother, Bernice Sutton.
Okay, how did Mrs. Sutton do? Was she very strict on you?
Yes, ma'am, she was, but it helped a whole lot because I was always out of trouble. I always did good in school, so she was real hard on me, but I thank her because it's like reared me in the right direction. And like people always ask me like, why come you're so different? Why come you don't do the things that other people do? I'll be like, 'cause I'm different, and she's like raised me to be my own person and not have to do everything that everybody else does. I don't like go to the clubs and all that stuff. It's just not for me, and people wonder about that.
You have not become involved in drinking and drugs and smoking and all of that.
No, ma'am.
Why?
Because I like have a lot of people that look up to me in my community and my family, my cousins, and I like, how can I tell them the right thing to do when I'm doing the wrong thing? So I just do my best and hope that they follow along.
Okay, now you have also been involved in church work too. Tell me about that. What church do you belong to?
I belong to True Love Baptist Church, and I used to tutor, and I still tutor, but now it's just pretty much college students that I know and some high school students. And also at church, I just used to be really involved with the youth, and I played the drums. And so.
All right, now let's talk about books at school. I know you called me, and you've always called me your what?
My grandmother.
Okay, you called me about your books. Tell me about the price of your books.
Well, one of my books was $130. Pretty much all of my books were around the same range: $130, $98, $120, expensive.
All right. Once you got your scholarship, did you get it in cash?
It was a check, but I went and deposited it, and then I kept some of the cash, and then I went and got my books.
You went and got your books. Did you pay anything else?
I paid OSU some money that I owed them so they could release my records to UCO, and and a couple of bills, and that's pretty much it so far.
And you still have money.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What did you think of the way Mr. Russell Perry had it set up?
I think it's pretty nice. And then the fact that we all got to the radio station and we was able to express our views, and they asked us questions and we talked about it. That's pretty nice. And that office, that's nice. It's real nice. I like that.
Do you think when you finish and you're going to get you an office, Mr. Perry served as a mentor for you?
Yes, ma'am. Because already right now I have like kind of a little computer business. Like I have my tax ID and stuff, and I use that like when I build these people computers so they can have the business thing or whatever. But when I graduate now, I want to give me a nice job somewhere making a pretty decent amount of money so I can save up and then hopefully start my own business one day, like a really successful business, because this now it's just like a little extra spending change for school and stuff. But I will have my own business, my office one day.
Okay, now how much money, cash money, did you receive on Monday?
$4,000.
$4,000, and that check was made out to
Me, Brandon Bryant.
Okay, Brandon, and you were with the other big four. Do you realize that next year this time you will get a check for that same amount?
Yes, ma'am.
And the next year, and the next year, and the next year?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, what would you say to the young people out there in Radio Land?
Well, I just want to say, just keep your head up and stay on the books when you get down. Just thank God, and because like me, a lot of times I get down, I get stressed out, but I just keep praying. And so I was praying. I was like, God, I need to be back in school. I need to go and get back to school so I can get finished, give me a good job so I can help grandmother more financially. And so now he's came through for me, and then now you're giving me the opportunity to finish my college, and I really thank you. I appreciate it and I love you for that.
Okay, now I explained to all of you in details that scholarship could only be cut by your doing what?
It can be cut if I get someone pregnant. It can be cut if I go to jail. Stuff like that.
Stuff like that. Well,
Stuff
you.
like that.
Stuff like
you know,
that.
But one of the things about being the recipient for the scholarship, especially being the first recipient, how do you think that this is going to affect you in the long run? You know, being the first, not only the money that you receive, but being the first recipient. I mean, what type of responsibilities does this place on you?
I think people are going to look at me like I'm the first recipient, and I'm going to have to do my best to set an example for everybody else that's going to be following behind me. So pretty much I just have to keep my head in the books, keep my grades up, and go ahead and get out here and graduate so I can become successful in the business community.
And then you are to turn around and help somebody else.
That's right.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? The big five will get out and help somebody else. There's a song, if I can help somebody as I travel down this way, then my living will not be in vain.
Well, Mom, it's not too many times in a person's life, especially being a college student, that they have 4,000 cash dollars in their hand. So, Brian, how did you feel with that money in your hand before you deposited in the bank? What bank? Well, no, that's none of my business. But, I mean, how did you feel when you had $4,000 in your hand?
Well, I was extremely happy. I was really, really extremely happy. And so that's pretty much it. I was just excited and real thankful and grateful to the people that made it possible.
And then afterwards, I took you to lunch, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And I paid for that lunch.
Yes, you paid for it.
Oh, okay. We have a caller on the line, and we want to hear from the people. Let the people speak. Now you got something to talk about. Hello?
Top 5.
Hello?
Hello there, Mrs. Luper. I know that you don't know how proud I was to be with you on Monday morning when you presented those 5 people, those $4,000 scholarships, and that Brandon Bryant. He is one of our own here in Central Oklahoma. I am proud to tell you that I taught his mother and my daughter were very good friends, and his mother, grandmother, and I are good friends, and it's just like a family. I want to say, too, that these young people were so impressive, and I know that they are going places because they have worked with us in the NACP, Miss Black Oklahoma, Soul Bazaar, and everything that we've sponsored in the Oklahoma City area. Mrs. Luper, while I'm on the phone, may I tell you that I have been very sad because I lost my godmother, Mrs. Gretchen Johnson, who lived in
Cushion.
Silver Spring, Maryland.
But she used to live in Cushion, Oklahoma, right?
Well, she was a teacher in Cushing, Oklahoma.
That's Nancy
I
Davis.
lived with her
That's
for
Nancy
1 year
Davis.
when I was a freshman in high school, and she was just been a real mother to me. She passed on October the 10th, and our homegoing service will be held October the 19th in Cushing, Oklahoma, at the Mount Olive Baptist Church at 11 o'clock. She's the mother of Joe Lewis Johnson and a friend to all of the students that she taught, and her memories will live forever.
Okay, Nancy. Thank you so very kindly. And you say that you taught.
And I am Nancy Randolph Davis, and I am really happy to say congratulations to those young people. And I want you to know that OSU Black Alumni Association will be honoring me at a golf tournament on next Friday at the Cimarron Trail golf course. But I am just proud to know other people, and we know that we have to be role models for others. Thank God for you, Miss Luper. Thank God for E.K. Gaylord and for Russell Perry and all of the advisors and all of these young people. We pray that we will continue to work with these young people and help them to be somebody. Thank you, Miss Luper.
Well, thank you so very kindly. That was Nancy Davis. Let the people speak. We have several minutes, and I would like for those of you that would like to congratulate the Big Five, I want you to do that. And not only that, we've got to give our young people a chance to speak. I know that in our churches now, sometimes we get so much that we don't have time to have programs for the young people. I never shall forget. And I'm very grateful to Reverend Elkins, who was a former minister at the Fifth Street Baptist Church. And he used to have these young people to come up and would tell stories to them on that level. And I would like to thank Reverend Wynn, Reverend Fall, and those that had young people participating in district work and conventions and what have you, because without that participation, you can say all you want to about drill teams and all of that, but our young people are going to have to learn how to speak. They're going to have to learn how to articulate their dreams and aspirations. You may call here. The telephone number is what, Calvin?
Mom, the phone number is 672-1220. It's area code 405. I'd like to remind our listeners also, those of you who are computer geeks, you can also pull us up on www.ktlv. And this show is being simul broadcast. We're on the computer, the internet, and we're also on your favorite radio station. You call that friend, call that neighbor, and invite them to call out here, 672-1220. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Well, we are looking forward now. We are taking applications for Miss Black Oklahoma. We are taking applications for the NAACP Youth Council, and the state convention will be held here in November. And we are having an all-college day, and we will be telling you all about that. In order to apply for the scholarships, you're going to have to come through, guess who?
I have no idea, but
Yes.
I have a feeling it's
Tell them, Brian.
Mrs. Clara Luper.
That's right, because it is a Clara Luper scholarship. Now, some of you...
What do you have to do? What do I have to do?
Apply. Just apply. I'll send you an application blank.
And I call you?
The address is Post Office Box 11106, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 73136.
Okay.
Now, remember, if you are not involved in anything, I don't need a sitting duck. I need somebody that's going to be active, and I want you to be proud, because that will be the second Clara Luper scholarship, the third, the fourth, the fifth. And Kevin, I'm so excited about this
Mom,
scholarship.
you deserve to be
because
excited.
when I die, the scholarship will
I
continue.
wish you quit saying that. You
That's
said,
true.
Well, I mean, death is inevitable, but then
yes,
it's no
but how
need
many
in saying
people
when I
die and have a scholarship? Can give scholarships after they die. Okay, yes, we are ready for another call. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'd like to congratulate the 5 scholarships. This is Clara Luper's name.
Yes.
Turn your radio. Okay, Harry.
I would like to congratulate the 5 scholarship that's in Clara Luper's name.
Okay.
Thank you.
Brandon Bryant.
Yes.
And I would also like to say, me and a friend went to the fair and we tasted that pink lemonade, and that was
No, it wasn't pink lemonade. What's the name of that lemonade?
Clara Luper's lemonade.
All right, okay.
Thank you.
All righty. Mom, mentioning
Thank you.
mentioning the
Thank
fair,
you.
the singing group, We Can't Singers, We were all together there at the fair, and we had a great time. Matter of fact, we have a new song that we'll be presenting here on the air probably next week or two. But then Becky, she's going to have to drop out of the group. That was my Colorado representative. But you know, I actually got paid to not sing during the fair. Can you believe that? We got 1 minute to go. So
Okay,
I want.
we have another call.
No, we don't.
Okay,
We have this.
okay.
Let me send this out real quick to Mrs. B.J. Tucker, who will be celebrating her birthday on the 13th.
Oh, my gracious.
Phil Collins
You
is
better
back in
take
town.
your time and sing that song right to Mrs. Tucker.
Mrs. Tucker, Phil Collins, and to those of you out there who are celebrating your birthday, I don't have your name. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And may you have many, many more.
Well, Calvin, it is true that you can't sing and you are honest. Some people can't preach, some people can't talk. But some people can't give 5 scholarships. I'm so happy today. Thank you, and remember, if you have something good to say about somebody, always say it. If you have something bad to say about anybody, do like I do. And I would like to thank, once again, those 3 Zetas that have stuck by me in the Incidental Sororities meeting today. Lady Ruth Hunter, Betty Noakes, and Alma Washington. Thank you. If you're going to be a sister, be a real one. This is Clara Luper saying, whatever you do, just remember that Clara Luper is from Hoffman, Oklahoma, graduating from Graceland High School. Bye-bye, and I do love you.
We'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to